Hey, what's up, traders? I'm just doing a quick video here on how to use interactive brokers, otherwise known as IBKR. It's a very labor-intensive process getting set up with this. It's very technical, especially their desktop platform, which is called TWS, or Trader Workstation. I'm gonna kind of jump around a lot based on the assumption that people can kind of handle simpler parts of it, just like opening up different windows and whatnot. And I'm just gonna jump straight into showing you guys some of the slightly more advanced tools that I use and how to set all that up. So I really hope you guys get something out of this video if you use IBKR. If you don't, you can definitely still get some ideas from this video in terms of ways that you can set up your trading software to do what you want. So enjoy. So this is the heart and soul. This is sort of screen one on my my system here. I'm going to do another video after this of the second screen that I use. I've got multiple screens set up so that I can view multiple things at the same time. And you can do that with TWS, which is what makes it so amazing. The blank space that you're looking at here would normally have my portfolio window. I just personally didn't want to put up actual account numbers and balances and stuff like that on a publicly viewed system, so I just wanted to get that out of there. It's a very handy window, though, once you understand how to use it correctly. What you can do with your portfolio window, you can have all of your positions, your average buy prices, plus commissions, unrealized profit and loss, and in that column what you can do with unrealized profit and loss is actually continuously sort it, so that when you see something shoot up your list and it's just big numbers in green, then you know that you've got a runner and you can kind of trade your plan, whether you want to consider selling or holding or whatever, but you're always aware of which positions are making you the most money in your portfolio window, which again I would have here. But other windows in here, just on the main page here, I've always got a chart. And the way that you do things in IBKR is you have this little lock icon up here, well, chain icon, I guess it is. And ultimately, anything that's the same color is going to work in conjunction with everything else of that same color. So, for example, I've got my order window up here for you, and it's then bringing it up in my chart here. So I can change that to say SLRX, and boom, everything just updates. Now I'm seeing the chart for SLRX. I'm seeing the level 2, which is what this is over here for SLRX. Everything that has this chain icon the same color updates automatically as you update everything else with that same color. And this is true for my multiple screens. So I've got things on my other screens, scanners and watch lists and stuff like that. Anytime I click on something, it automatically brings it up in my order window and on my main chart over here. All because of these color chains up here, which is exactly what you want it to do. Other windows that I like using over here is the level 2 window. You can access all that by just going new window, market depth level 2, and then it'll show you, assuming you've paid for access to everything, that it'll show you what the bid and the ask are. I don't personally like it or care much about it. I find that this stuff here, it is just fine. You can see the bid and the ask here for the small bids and the ask, and then it'll show you the larger orders in here, but I don't even really know what these numbers mean. It's just a relative size of the order, but this isn't 5 shares, this isn't 10 shares, it's significantly more, but I've never bothered to look up what their numbers actually are. That's something you could research should you choose, created an order there. And then in my main chart here, I like to have buttons so that I can, with one click, buy something, or with one click, sell something. Right now, they're not armed, so if I click buy 10, it's just going to jump off of the bid plus or minus, what did I set it to? Plus or minus 1% or something like that. And ultimately, then I can choose whether to transmit it or not, which I'm not going to do here because I don't actually have any interest in SLRX. It's already running. If I had alerted it down here, maybe, but not if it's up here. It looks like it might pop, but I haven't done my homework on it. I'm just using it as an example, so I'm going to cancel that. But if I did want to buy it instantly, I could arm the button here. So I can just go, yes, I agree, and then if I click any of these buttons, instantly it will buy me that many shares of that. And I keep them small, mainly because I don't want to essentially do what's called a fat finger buy. Like, I don't want to click, you know, I don't want to have a button on here that's like buy 1,000 and then I click it by accident while it's armed and buy 1,000 shares of something I really don't want and burn up all my money. So I keep them small, 10, 20, 50, 100, 10, 20, 50. And then in the rare occasion when I am using the buttons in an armed way, I'm very much in control. I'm buying 10 and then I have to click again to buy 10 more, click again to buy 10 more, and same with selling, so that I'm not burning through my entire portfolio selling all at the same time. Having said that, I also use a close position button here, and that will, with one click, completely close out a position. And then I also have an alert button over here, and what you do with that, you can actually click it and then drag and set an alert. So I could set an alert here, like send me a big alarm the next time this goes below $1.29. So, and those are extremely helpful. So, like, let's say I had just bought this stock at, I'm gonna scan this out here. Let's say I bought this dip in here, right, at $1, or well, I can't even see, $1.05, $1.10. Let's say I'd gotten right in on this dip and I really want to sell, but I think that this is going to go to, say, $1.60 or $1.59 or something like that. I could just jump up here and go $1.59, and I could actually set it to alert me when that actually happens. So I can be alerted when a breakout is happening on something that I own, or when a good buying opportunity happens on something that I don't own. So, but I do still like seeing the level 2. It gives me an idea of popularity of the stock, whether the bids outnumber the asks and stuff like that. I don't want to get too crazy into that. And then down here I have a news window. I can keep it specific to the company that is in here. Remember the chains, blue chain, blue chain. It's going to show me SLRX news in here because I've got company selected. But I also have one specific to things in my portfolio. It'll show me all my portfolio news. And then a market one as well. I typically don't use anything other than portfolio and company. And then over here, I've got my activity log. This will show me stuff that I own that I'm trying to sell, or stuff that I'm trying to buy. It'll basically show me all of my orders. You can also view all of your previous trades, profits and losses, and then your summary of positions opened and closed in here as well. So I'm just going to stop this video right here, and I'm going to jump over to the second screen here so you can guys see some of the tools that I use on my additional screen. So this is my scanners page here for IBKR. You can build whatever you want in IBKR. That's what makes it so powerful. It's incredibly intimidating to learn how to actually build all of this stuff, but it's amazingly powerful. I've got multiple screens going. This is my second screen here. What you're looking at, I've got watch lists up here. You can have multiple watch lists of things you like. Right now, I basically only use the one watch list here. I just call it my hot watch list. And what I'll do is, if I see in my volume scanners here that there's an industry specifically that's popping, what I'll do is I'll create a scanner here up in my watch list tab, and I just call it hot, and then I can edit the scanner. This is just a standard watch list. It's called, I believe it's just called watch list. I'm just looking for it now. I believe it's the Mosaic Market Scanner. Yeah, it's the Mosaic Market Scanner. Yeah, there it is. This is a Mosaic Market Scanner, and this is an Advanced Market Scanner. So what I'm doing with this one right here is basically I'm just going into Edit Scanner, and then I am just going into the universe here, and I'm selecting which basically sector, industry, and possibly even category that I want to watch. Typically, most of the runners in the price targets that I want are consumer non-cyclical, biotechnology, biomedical gene, and I just go done. And then I go next. Oh, and then back into universe here. I'm making sure that it's a stock, New York Stock Exchange, Amex, NASDAQ. Doesn't matter with region. It's not going to show you anything that's outside of America there. Stock, and then next. And then I like to have these fields. I go financial instrument, so it shows me all of these different columns, and you can select those here by just adding field to what you're doing. And you can set default values for all of this too, so you don't have to do this manually every time. You can actually set all this as a default in your settings for IBKR. But at any rate, I'm clicking done, and now I've got a scanner that is showing me everything that's hot in the gene sector. Right now people are buying SLRX. That's definitely moving here today. We've been waiting for a pop on that one, actually. This is all after hours too, so it's very low volume. And then to sort it by volume, all I'm doing is right-clicking here, sort by volume, and then I do high to low, but it's already on high to low, so it's not showing us that. So, but that's essentially how I create this, and then I just sized it to where I wanted it up here. This is SPY. This is just sort of helping me follow the markets, whether the market is hot, which right now it is, or if it's cooling off. And that just helps me. I can zoom into this and figure out like where is a good place to buy. So if I see a big red candle, where's a good example? Like for example, this day here when we saw red candles, red candles, red candles, and then everything started to kind of bottom out and turn around here. That's when I'm like, oh, this is a really good opportunity to buy because I can see that it's looking around. So then I was looking around all of my stocks and going, okay, what do I have good dip buys on created by this market drop right here? But that's just something I like. You don't have to use that. This, I believe, is just the watch list. Oh, what do they call this one again? I think it's the watch list widget or something like that. Thumbnail chart. This is the thumbnail chart right here. Sorry, I'm just having to go over to another window to look. This is a thumbnail chart, and I just have it on one thing, so it never changes. Just shows me the SPY. Nice and simple. And then these are advanced market scanners. What this is doing, it's got a couple of different things in here. It's showing me the shares, so I can get a look at the float. IBKR doesn't actually have a float tab. You have to use what's called the shares outstanding tab. Here, I'll blow this up so you can see it a bit better. You have to use the shares outstanding tab. I have the change percentage column last, obviously, so it shows me the price as it is currently, volume for the day, and then volume per minute. And this is the important part because what I'm doing is ultimately sorting it continuously. It updates, I think, every 30 seconds or every minute or something like that. And it shows me in a nice, easy to understand format where the volume is at any one particular minute. And that's what I personally want. I want to see where the volume is in the marketplace and see if I can isolate trends from there. This is more for day trading than anything, but it is very helpful to understand what people are trading and why so that you can look for patterns. I find that to be extremely, extremely helpful. If I jump into edit here, what you'll see, I'm using this one as specifically not OTC, so I'm unchecking these locations down here. I don't want pink. I don't want pink sheets. I don't want OTC. I just want U.S. stocks that are New York Stock Exchange, Amex, NASDAQ. I want them to be under 20 bucks. I just, personally for me, I don't touch anything that's over 20 bucks because the percentage gains are too low. Unless it's just a hot stock like Jumia, for example, stuff like that. But other than that, my primary interest is under 20, and it really helps me to focus in on what I'm looking for. So I keep it under 20 here. Just going to minimize this, and we'll just get out of this and set it back in here. And you can maximize anything in your setup at any time like this, just with that button there. And then this is exactly the same thing as this, but this is specific to SPOCs. So the way that I did that, I'll just jump into here to edit and maximize it. So I don't have a set price in here because all SPOCs are basically 10 bucks until some, or 20 bucks in the case of Pershing Tontine there. But they're never crazy expensive, so I really don't mind. I want to see where the volume is in the SPOC market. Or SPOCs, I guess people call them. I've always just called them SPOCs. But the way that you do that is you go in here and you add a filter to a specific sector. So then you go sector diversified, industry holdings, and category specified purpose acquisitions, and that'll show you all of your SPOCs in a nice list. and I sort this one by volume too, so I can see where the volume is in this market. So CCIV has done so well for me. I had warrants at like $5. What are the warrants at right now? CCIV warrants are currently at $13.75. I had them at $5. I wish there was a way that you could make a scanner here specific to warrants, but you just can't. There's just no way to do it. So I watched the underlying market for the SPOCs, and then I look up the warrants because I primarily trade the warrants. This one I just got into today, VGAC. I got in at $4 a warrant, and they're currently trading at where did those go? $4.76 a warrant. So this is going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, be 23andMe, which could be a really big deal. So I wanted to get in there. I've actually played this one a couple of times prior to it finding a partner. FMAC, I was in that. I actually alerted that out to the group, and I am mostly out at this point. Where are we? At $3.93 a warrant. So that's basically how this screen works. It's fairly straightforward. There's nothing too complicated about it, and it really helps you having different scanners for different things show you where the volume is in the marketplace and help you identify trends, which can obviously be extremely helpful and beneficial to your future trading. So that wraps up my ultra fast how to use IBKR TWS video. I know I'm talking about a lot of the advanced stuff. I'm not going through all the basics. They cover all that on the website for interactive brokers. They've got all sorts of tutorials for how to do the ultra basic stuff. I just wanted to show you guys some of the really cool aspects that I personally really like. This is exactly my trading setup. Those two screens that I just showed you are exactly what I look at almost all day, most every single day, and that's how I like it. That's the level of information that I want at all times. I want to be able to see the volume in the marketplace, and I want to have full control over my ability to make trades very quickly, enter positions, and then exit positions, literally with just the click of a mouse. And the tools that I showed you there, that's exactly how to do that. So definitely hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do shoot me some specific questions in the group if you have some really specific questions, and I can maybe update this video or make another one. And happy trading, guys. Good luck tomorrow.